Hi everyone, this is Cindy at Lulu's Treasure Trove. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a great day today so far. Here where I'm at in Arkansas, in central Arkansas, we have blue skies and the sun's shining. And I've showed you guys what it looks like out here with the blue skies and the sunshine before. If you haven't seen my other videos, you may want to go check those out, see how beautiful it is out here when the sun's shining and the skies are blue. Anyway, I had gotten some yarn from Dee's Creative Hands Crochet, and she had sent this to me, and I was gonna make a felted bag with it, but it's superwash merino wool, and so you can't use superwash merino wool to felt. So I've decided to make another project, and in the process of making another project, I wanted to incorporate some other useful stitches that a lot of people, like a lot of beginners, would like to see, such as single crochet, double crochet, or half double crochet. And then I found a tutorial on YouTube that was by BAGODAY Crochet, and that tutorial that she posted was back on June the 3rd of 2018. And it says how to crochet a box. And she's crocheting hers out of jute, and it's called Jute Box of Little Wipes. And so I thought the box, was really cute. And so when I saw that, I thought using this yarn right here that Dee sent me would probably make a perfect box. And then I could end up and crochet some little washcloths to put inside the box and put in my bathroom, because this color here, which I really love, would match my bathroom countertop just perfect. And so this yarn that I'm using is called Fair Isles. It's by Kodiak. It's a medium weight yarn. It says there's 150 yards. It comes in a 3.5 ounce skein, or if you're talking meters, it's 144 meters. And then it would be 100 grams. And so, in the bathroom, you want to be able to wash things, that's on your countertop. So to me, this yarn would be perfect to use. See that color, how beautiful that color is. I think this would be a perfect yarn to use in the bathroom, to put my make a basket to put my washcloths in. It says it's machine wash it on warm, and of course on a gentle cycle. And of course you're not going to bleach it. You wouldn't have to if you're just using it for washcloths. And then of course you can dry it flat, and you're not supposed to iron it. Again, if you're using it for a basket to put washcloths in, there would be no need for that. So yes, this to me, I think, would be a perfect yarn for that particular project, besides using jute, which you could use, according to Crystal's tutorial from BAGODAY Crochet, which is the pattern that I will be using to make my box. But this yarn is called Tundra number 510. And you can see that there. And this yarn calls for a number 5mm crochet hook. So I did get the number 5. It's also called H or a number 8. But I like to say, 5 millimeters, or like if you're using a 5.5, I say 5.5 millimeter. So I usually like to go by millimeters when I'm talking about crochet hooks. And then, of course, you'll need a pair of scissors. And so I just have these little scissors here that I use. I'm going to set that to the side. So really the first thing that I would like to do is just do the simple single, like a simple chain. And then after we do the chain, do the single crochet after we do the chain. So now when you're starting out to make a chain, of course, you have your yarn, just a single strand of yarn. And then what you do is you make a loop. So I usually roll it around my fingers like this and then pinch it a little and twirl it till the yarn comes out on the other side. And then I pull it like that. And it leaves a loop. So I'm going to do that one more time for those who may be just beginning to learn how to crochet. So I take the yarn and I wrap it around my fingers like that. And then I take my thumb, push that yarn over the top, and keep rolling my finger until I get it rolled onto this other side. And then I pull right here, just like that, and it leaves a loop, just like that, which I can then stick my crochet hook into. So, and then I usually tighten it down just a little bit. You want to leave a little bit of play in it. You don't want the first loop in your chain to be tight, because when you come back down, when you're, coming back down with a single crochet or whichever crochet you're going to be using, you want this to have, room enough to go in, because you can always pull it right here to tighten it up later. So then I usually just, I learned this way to wrap the yarn around my pointer finger a couple of times. So I usually just wrap the yarn around my pointer finger, and then it drapes down my hand like that, and then goes off, to the other direction. And then that's how this is how I learned to hold my yarn. And then I usually put my thumb here on the flat part, if there is one. And then I kind of put my other pointer finger on top of the hook so that I can control the needle like this. So now when you're doing a simple chain, you're going to just wrap the yarn around the needle like that and pull it through the loop. And it's as simple as that when you're doing a chain. Now, I know when you're first learning how to crochet, nothing is simple. But the more you chain, the easier it becomes. And you want your stitches to remain evenly spaced. So you try to hold your hook and your yarn, the same tightness, I guess you might say, the whole time that you're crocheting. So you just wrap that around the yarn and pull it through the loop. That would be 2 chains. Wrap it around, pull it through, that's 3 chains. Wrap it around, pull it through, there's 4 chains. And see, you can count the chains here. You can see them. I'm going to stop right there and lay this down so you can see what I mean. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And my hook is in this one here. But when you're counting your chains, when you say I'm going to say you're going to chain 4, or I'm going to chain 4, I'm going to chain 5, or whatever, you count this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've done 4 chains so far. So coming back, we're going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and see how you're trying to keep your chains evenly spaced. So we've done 18 so far, and holding the chain so that it doesn't turn on you. There's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, so I'm going to chain, there's 28 chains now, and they're pretty much evenly spaced along there, as you can see. So now that is how you do a simple chain. So now, depending on the next or whatever chain you're going to be using for your project, depends on how many spaces that you go down your hook. And when, say there's 28 chains on here, and then you're going to take away, if you're going to do a double crochet, then you're going to go down 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3, and you would insert your hook into the 3rd space. If you're going to do a single crochet, you're going to go down 2 spaces. If you're going to do a triple crochet, you're going to go down 4 spaces. The reason being is because if you do a triple crochet, that means you want 3 chains, because it's called triple. So you're going to have 3 chains right there, and so you'll insert your hook into the 4th chain down, and then that would leave 3 chains on your hook to start out with, like this. And then you'd have your hook into here, see, and you'd make your triple crochet, having 3 chains. A double crochet, you have 2 chains. A single, I hope I'm telling that right. A single crochet, you have 2. A double, you have 3. And a triple, you have 4. So if you're going to do a triple crochet, you would go into the 5th chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then if you're going to do a double crochet, you go into the 3rd chain, which will be 1, 2, 3, or into the 4th chain, I'm sorry. And then if you're going to do a single crochet, you're going to count down 2 spaces, 1, 2, or 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3. I'm getting off by one number, ain't I? So in our project, we're going to do single crochets. So we're going to count down 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3. So let me get the yarn back on my finger. And then into this 3rd space, that will leave 2 chains, you're going to put your hook, and then you're going to pull the yarn through, which leaves 2 loops on your hook, and then you pull the yarn through. So now that makes having 2 single crochets, one at the very first and one in the 2nd spot. So then you just keep doing that all the way down your chain. So to make a single crochet, you put your hook in the loop and you pull your yarn through. Then you wrap it around, pull your yarn through both of those loops. And you just keep doing that all the way down your chain until you come to the very end of it. So I'm just going to do some single crochets here, and you can follow along or you can watch to see how that goes. I'll do a couple more and then I'll stop the video till I get to the end of it. So see, you're just doing your single crochets, you're putting your hook in, wrap it around, pull it through both loops. So okay, I hope you guys have the single crochet down, and I'm going to stop the video and then I'll meet you back here when I get to the end of the row. Okay, so I've made it here to the end, just like about 3 more stitches. And so when you come to the very end, you'll have your chain of single crochets, and it'll probably be curled up just a little bit if you're using jute like Crystal did, or if you're using, the same type of yarn that I'm using. And I am using a roving style, so it's not gonna look, perfect, like because it's a roving style yarn. But I think when I, start to get the basket finished, it'll all straighten out. And by the time I get the basket finished, it'll look just perfect. So here we are at the end of the row. And when you get to the very end of the row, you're going to make another single crochet. And then you're going to turn your yarn like that. And you're going to put another single crochet in the very first loop here. And then like this here. So you stick your needle through, pull the yarn. You got your 2 loops on there, and you pull your yarn through. So there you've done your single crochet into the first loop. And then what you're going to do, because we're working on the base of the basket, is you're going to put a single crochet just like this into each of the single crochets that you have made all the way down. Now you can make this any size you want. I think Crystal said she was doing hers with 23 stitches, and I ended up, doing mine with 28 stitches. So when you're making this, you can make it however big or small you want. But the base of it is used by making a chain for however long you want the basket to be, and then doing simple single crochets until you get to on the first row, and until you get all the way down to the end of this row. So I'm going to stop the video again, and then I'll meet you back when I get to the end of the row. Okay, so I've made it down to the end of the row, and this last stitch here, I said I chained 28, so when we started doing the single crochets, I have 26 single crochets, so this is number 26. So now you're just going to keep repeating that row after row after row until you get the base of the basket as big as you want it to be. So I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to do right now. I'll just have to keep crocheting to find out, how big I want the basket to be, and see how many rows it turns out to be. And so I guess I'm gonna do one more row here and let you watch a few more stitches on how to do the single crochet, inserting through there and then pulling it through like that. So you insert it into the stitch, pull your yarn through, and then pull it through both loops. So you just keep doing that single crochet, and on mine it's 26 stitches, so I'll have to be counting 26 stitches each time I go down a row until I get this as big as I want it. And then I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I'm back now, and I'm gonna count. I'm pretty sure I had 20 rows. I'm gonna recount them real quick. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I ended up doing 20 rows. And since I talked about the yarn, a lot of people, do yarn reviews, and then they crochet a little swatch. So we've already gone over, the name of the yarn and all those details. So this is what it looks like to crochet a swatch, doing a single crochet with that yarn. This is the pattern that it makes. So it's a striped yarn. See there? Okay, and it looks like it pretty much makes some beautiful stripes. See there? And then when you turn it over, this is what the back side looks like. So isn't that gorgeous? Made some beautiful colors, huh? Okay, and that was doing single crochets. with 20 rows. So once you get back around, or once you get to however many rows you want, which I ended up doing 20, then you're gonna you're gonna do single crochets along the edge here. And so I usually just put one single crochet in each of those. So chain one, and then do a single crochet into that edge there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19. Gotta pull me some more yarn. 19. I don't know where that came from. 19 and 20. So when you get to this bottom edge here, instead of putting one crochet, you're going to put 2 crochets into there. So on the ends, you're going to put 2 crochets. So you're actually turning your work, when it's starting a new row. So it was 10 rows. So then that was, 20 rows. That was 20. But then you put another single crochet here in the corner. And then you just continue going along. So I'm gonna have to pull my yarn. Sorry about that. That's 10. That's 21, 22, 3. Okay, so you don't have to be perfect on the count. So that was 26, counting the single crochet down at where we first started. So you're going to put another single crochet in the corner just like we did before. and this is where the end of my thing is, so I'm gonna cover that up. So I did, there's one there, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're working on the end of the other row. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's that roving yarn where it gets thick and thin. I think that's pretty. And 2 more, or 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, I guess right here, 3. And then when you get to the end, remember to put 2 single crochets in each corner. So, all right, now that you're onto this last row, you will continue, doing single crochets all the way down till you come to the end. All right, so I'll meet you there. Okay, so I've gotten to the end of the row, and I've put my single crochet into the loop, where I did this one here. So that means if you're counting this one and this one, that'll be 2 single crochets that's into that loop. So since we're sort of working in the round on this, I want to go ahead and put one more single crochet into that loop. So we'll have that one and that one, counting as the 2 single crochets in the end of that loop. And then this one here starts a new round. And so on this new round, we're going to be working in the back loop only. And so I want to put a little stitch marker right here. And so that way we can mark our spot when we come back around. We'll know where we started. Let me just, I was trying to get that stitch marker out of there. Okay, so here's the spot, where we're starting. And so I'm gonna stick the stitch marker in the front loop because we're gonna work into the back loop only. And this is where you'll start. So you'll put your hook into the back loop, pull through, and do a single crochet. All right, so now doing just like you did on that row that we, all the way around, we're going to do that again, except we're working single crochets into the back loop only. like this. So you're still doing your single crochets, but you're working the stitch into the back loop only, which means this one here. This will be the front loop, and this is the back loop. Okay. And so basically you do this round exactly like you did the last round, except you do it in the back loops only. And that means when you get here to this corner stitch, you'll put 2 single crochets into the back loop. And you'll do that on each corner. Okay, so I guess I'll meet you back when I go all the way around. Okay, we've made it back around now to this where I started here with the stitch marker, and that would be this one right here. Let's see, or is it that one? Sometimes it's hard to tell. Yeah, it's this one here. Okay, so now that we've made it back around, you know, to where the stitch marker was, you're gonna just keep crocheting around, but you're gonna move your stitch marker, and that way you can hold your place. And really, it doesn't matter about the count, because everybody's count's going to be different. It depends on, you know, the size of the base that you made, which that could be any number, and or the sides of the, you know, however many rows you're making your sides. So I'm going to move the stitch marker up 1 right here, and you keep moving your stitch marker up. And instead of continuing around with single crochets, I'm going to show you how to do a half double crochet. So not only is this, you know, a tutorial about how to make a small basket, it's also showing you a tutorial showing you how to do a single crochet and also a half double crochet. So to make a half double crochet, you put the yarn around your hook. It's just like a single crochet. In a single crochet, you know, you put your yarn in there, and then you have 2 loops on there, and then you pull that through. Well, when you do a half double crochet, you just wrap the yarn around, and then you this is going to go through both loops this time instead of just the back loop. Then you pull your yarn through, which gives you 3 strands of yarn on your hook, and then you wrap the yarn around your hook and you pull it through all 3 loops, and that's what you call a half double crochet. So we've already went into that one. So now to do another half double, you wrap the yarn around your hook, put it through both loops, because we're working through both loops this time instead of just the back loop. Wrap the yarn around, pull through all 3 strands that are on your hook. Let's do that one more time. Wrap the yarn around your hook, put the hook through both loops, wrap the yarn around, pull the yarn through. You got 3 loops on your hook. Wrap the yarn around and pull that through all 3 loops. One more time. Wrap the yarn around, go through both, pull that through, wrap the yarn around, pull through all 3 loops. Now that is what you call a half double crochet. It's sort of like a double crochet, but you pull through all 3 loops instead of pulling through 2 and pulling through 2. So to do my basket, I'm going to use half double crochets. So don't forget to wrap the yarn around, poke it through both loops, wrap the yarn around, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so we'll just do a couple of those so you can catch the hang of it. Just like that. So now you're gonna go all the way around and just keep going around. You're not gonna put 2 in the corner. When you get to the corner over here, you'll go through both loops there and both loops there, doing a half double crochets all the way around, like a half double crochet there, 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 half double crochet there. So you'll just keep doing half crochets all the way around till you get back to where your stitch marker is. And then once you do that, you move your stitch marker again, and you just keep working in rounds all the way around, and till you get back to this point. Then you move the stitch marker again each time you make a round, doing half double crochets through both loops until you get your basket as tall as you want it to be. So I'm gonna continue working the half double crochets all the way around until I get my little bathroom basket as tall as I want this to be, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, hi everyone, we're back now, and told you I'd meet you back here after you completed however many rows that you wanted to complete. So I completed 10 rounds, and this is what my basket is looking like right now. And so I'm really pleased with how it's looking. So when we were first starting out, we started with 92 stitches, all the way around to this using our stitch marker, and that was down here in the bottom whenever we were working in the back loops. So after that we added 1 extra stitch in each corner, so that made 96 stitches all the way around. So I have come to this point right here, which is 96 stitches. And so I come 96 stitches of half double crochet. And so this is what it looks like. It's like a kind of like a square basket, and I think it'll fit washcloths in there really nice. So I found something that I thought was very beautiful that would match the basket, and it's this stuff right here. I was hoping you could see the glitter in it. I don't know if you can see the glitter shining on that or not, but there, I think you can see it when I hold it like this. See the glitter down there on the bottom down here. See how it has the glitter? It's not really glitter, it's, you know, made into the fabric itself. It looks like gold and bronze mixture, and it's a really soft, see how soft and pliable it is. It's a beautiful material, and it has a wire up here at the top and down here at the bottom. And so I thought that it would be like a beautiful idea to put on the inside of the basket like this, and then fold it down on the edge like this, see, around the top edge where it's crocheted like that, see, and then have that, sorry about that, have that on the inside of the basket around the edges, and then you'd have the, see, the outside edge would look like that, and the inside edge would have this like this. So before I do that, I'd like to get you guys' opinion about that. And so I guess before I move on to the next step, I want to post this video, and you guys can tell me what you think in the comments. If you like this idea, tell me if I should just leave it straight up, you know, and then sew the edge like that, or if I should turn it over. And tell me what you think about this material here, and adding that to the basket to make the edges stand up, you know, and stronger. Okay, so sorry about that frog in my throat. So I'm going to stop the video, and then I'll get this video posted, and you guys let me know what you think. And I appreciate you joining me, and then we'll come back for a follow-up video to complete the basket. So I'll go ahead, post this, you let me know what you think. I'll make another video you know, completing the project after I hear from you guys. Tell me what you think. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night, whichever it may be. Bye now.